overboard, see if you can swim back to the shore. No one's in the house, everyone is out, all the lights are on and the blinds are down. Take to the bridge, throw it overboard, see if you can swim back to the shore. No one's in the house, everyone is out, all the lights are on and the blinds are down. I feel like I'm calling on the telephone, no one can hear the ringing. I feel like I'm running up a steep hill, no one can stop me from running. The hourglass is no more grains of sand, my watch is stopped, no more turning hands. The little hand shakes its fist, the face is hanging out on the space. Take to the bridge, throw it overboard, see if you can swim back to the shore. No one's in the house, everyone is out, all the lights are on and the blinds are down. Take to the bridge, throw it overboard, see if you can swim back to the shore. No one's in the house, everyone is out, all the lights are on and the blinds are down. Take to the bridge, throw it overboard, see if you can swim back to the shore. No one's in the house, everyone is out, all the lights are on and the blinds are down. The hourglass is no more grains of sand, little red grains of sand. My watch is stopped, no more turning hands, little bit made of to the bridge, throw it overboard, see if you can swim back to the shore. No one's in the house, everyone is out, all the lights are on and the blinds are down. Take to the bridge, throw it overboard, see if you can swim back to the shore. No one's in the house, everyone is out, all the lights are on and the blinds are down. Feel like I'm soaring back to the shore. No one can hear me calling. Feel like I'm falling back to the floor. No one can catch me from falling. Nobody knows her real name, they call her Lucy Bourbon. She sings those melodies, I'm sure that you may know them. A Broadway song to fall in love, the blues when you've had enough. She's just the one for having fun. You get the feeling, you know you might be dreaming. Nobody is leaving. Whisper in my ear, I love the feeling here. You sit down to your table to jazz so cool and gentle. The sax is in a solo, it makes me sentimental. A tune to wash your dinner down, the music spins your head around. They've got the fox, you've got the hound. You get the feeling, you know you might be dreaming. Nobody is leaving. Whisper in my ear, I love the feeling here. A background for two lovers planning their honeymoon with gifts for one another.
from a 21st century superstar to a band who've been thrilling us for almost 50 years now. 50 years now, with classics like Labelled With Love, Tempted and Up the Junction, making them bona fide national treasures. Now, working with arranger and conductor Fiona Bryce. Good morning, Fiona. There's Fiona in the background. And the BBC Concert Orchestra. Good morning, BBC Concert Orchestra. Good morning. There they are. Let's welcome Chris, Glenn, Melvin, Danica, Steve, Stephen, Owen, Simon and Leon. It's Squeeze! Yay! All right, guys. In your own time.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Hourglass. So good. Sounding so good, Glenn.
Oh, thank you very much. We tried to please, and we've had a lot of time to work this out, so I think it should be good.
Yeah, it was. String section in particular. I don't usually point out, because the BBC Concert Orchestra, they're all mega, but strings sounded really punchy there on that one.
Absolutely brilliant. It's such a pleasure to play with, honestly. There's such a great section, and Fiona's done such a great job. Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Let's talk about that track, because you actually wrote it together, which is different from how you usually write, right?
Yeah. It was one which was, I can't remember even writing it. We wrote it in 1987, I think.
Chris, can you remember?
I remember the sofa. We were sitting on the sofa and having cups of Earl Grey tea, and I don't remember much else.
But you wrote it together because usually you write apart. Is that true?
Yeah.
That is true, yeah. Chris is the lyricist, and ever since we met, we've written that way. I think I'd written 8 songs when I met Chris, and he started giving me all these lyrics, and suddenly we were writing tons and tons of songs, which was lucky because we didn't have anything else to do for the first few years of our career.
It's interesting how you guys got together. We'll talk about that now, because didn't you put an advert for 50p in a newsagent's window?
I did indeed, and nobody answered it for about 3 weeks. I was about to give up, and then Glenn and his girlfriend Maxine called me, and here we are today. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm sure lots of people went to that. It's not normally where you'd advertise for a guitarist. You'd normally put it in the Melody Maker. But there it was, next to washing machine for sale, ironing board for sale, that sort of thing.
Is it true also, Chris, that you didn't actually have a band at the time?
No, I didn't have a band. I had imagination and I had a few songs. And, I'm so grateful that we came together, because, as soon as I heard Glenn play and sing, it just was such a treat that it kind of made everything that I'd done sort of become more in focus, because I just thought that this is something we could do together.
Glenn, that trip to the newsagents for a pint of milk, it paid off?
It was a fortuitous meeting. I don't know what we'd have been doing if we hadn't met, but it certainly is one of those things. I think we just enabled each other in the most brilliant way.
Lovely. And daft question, but did you get on straight away?
Yeah, I mean, Chris always had a very vivid imagination. I mean, he said when we first met that we would meet outside a pub and he'd have a copy of the Times under his arm. But when he turned out, he had a multicoloured lyrics jacket on. Like, why didn't you just say that? Much easier to spot.
Like a spy.
Like a spy.
Yeah.
A lyric spy.
Speaking of vivid imaginations, that video for Hourglass is quite special. I mean, visually, it's really impactful. But Adrian Edmondson, he directed it, right?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, he and Jules were quite close friends then, and it just seemed like the perfect match. Working with him, the imagination of that is just genius. It's really good.
We've watched it several times this morning, myself and our production team, and it still stands up today.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's mega. It really is good.
Although I can't wear any of those clothes anymore, but
we'd like to
probably
try.
Thankful.
Yeah. I'm going to play you a clip from 1982, and many critics at the time had the highest praise for you guys, and it doesn't get much higher than this.
The Lennon and McCartney of the 80s is how the Americans look upon your work. I mean, how do you feel about that comparison?
I think it's very... excuse me, I'm getting...
What are you doing with your hair? Pulling it out?
just had my hair done, you know, the perm's coming out. I think it's very flattering to be put in the same category as Lennon and McCartney, although I can't really see a very strong resemblance between our songs and theirs.
Oh, how embarrassing was that?
Well, I don't know where to go first. Whether we talk about the perm that fell out, or whether the comparison to Lennon and McCartney, which is it's a big. I mean, it's the ultimate compliment, really, isn't it?
It really is. I've never had enough hair for a perm, but I would love to have seen it.
I'm just gutted for you that it dropped out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. We're going to move beautifully onto the new album because it's made up of a collection of songs. The first songs, kind of, that you ever wrote. Is that right?
Yeah, we
Trixie.
We met in 1973, and in 1974, Chris started giving me lyrics that were marked Trixie's, and he'd already written a couple of songs by himself for this thing that was about an imaginary nightclub set in the future, which was the 1980s at that point, and it sparked something really great in us, and I think it's a place that as writers we actually never returned to. So there's some stuff that I hear now from the record that I sort of can't quite picture how we did it, but we did. I know we did.
Let me just ask you, this collection of songs, had you already recorded something, or was it notebooks? How did you get to rediscover these tracks?
Well, the original recordings, Glenn's demos and the demos from the rehearsal room where we tried them out, have always sort of been languishing on a cassette in the loft, rather like a tortoise. It's been up there all this time. And we got it down and it was still alive. And it sounds great. So I'm so proud of it.
That must have sparked so many memories.
It really did, yeah. None of them I can picture now.
But we can imagine listening to you guys talking about them, that warm feeling that you must have got thinking, wow, this was 73.
You know, I think what's great about the songs is that you can hear the sort of optimism of teenagers, and we had the whole lives ahead of us, our whole careers ahead of us, we hoped, and that luckily worked out. There's a sense of optimism that I don't think we've equalled since. I think we got sort of a bit more cynical, and this album is not cynical.
Mm. Well, we're going to hear You Get the Feeling, which I'm very proud to say we had the first play last month. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for playing it.
So good. With this new collection of songs, I mean, new to our ears.
Yes.
You're not hiding away really, because you're going to do the biggest arena tour that you've ever done.
Yeah, after all this time, we get to play some bigger places, which is lovely. Who thought that would happen? I didn't for quite a long time, but happy where we were, but even happier to be where we are today. You know, we have, as far as I'm concerned, this is the best version of Squeeze there's ever been. And we sound great, and people are reacting to us in a way that they haven't ever before, even when we were initially breaking through. So it just feels like a great place to be.
It must feel really special knowing that you've had an impact on so many lives as a band.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that people, I mean, if you think about that sort of thing, you go mad, wouldn't you? Yeah. So I just think about what we can do. Well,
I'll tell you what, don't think, just listen, because we've got some great texts that are very relevant to that. Saw Squeeze live at Hunstanton, Norfolk on the first date with my now wife, Linda, 27 years ago. Wow. Also, speaking of playing different venues, Chris played in my neighbour's back garden for a special birthday party in Norfolk. It was a great party for me and Linda in Norfolk.
I'd do anything for a bit of cake.
Hey, we all love a buffet.
It was a finger buffet, if I remember rightly.
Glenn's voice hasn't changed since the very first time I saw them in 1983 at Warwick University. So good. From Simone in St Ives in Cornwall.
Thank you, Simone.
Great to hear Squeeze on Radio 2. Such good songwriting. My brother is an English teacher and uses Up the Junction to teach the children poetry. That's from Paul Key.
Amazing. Thank you, Paul. What a gift that is. Thank you.
Yeah, lovely. Hi, Vern. Brilliant to hear Squeeze in the piano room. I've been going to see them since 1978 on most tours. It cost me a fortune in fresh toothbrushes. I throw one on stage every time they play Tempted. That's from John in Burscough, North Lincolnshire.
That's amazing.
Yeah, severe halitosis we all suffer from, I think he's trying to tell us something.
You ever been hit by one of his rogue toothbrushes?
Many times. See this dent here?
Yeah. I'll give you his details. You can get the lawyers involved. So we're doing an arena tour, and Billy Bragg's coming out with you as well, right?
Yeah, what a great lineup. Saw him on TV at the weekend, and he's an intellectual man to behold and love, and I love his songwriting as well. It's great. So it's going to be a great pairing, us two, I think.
Yeah, I think whenever you hear and listen to Billy Bragg, you're always in awe of what comes out of his mouth.
Yeah,
he's like, wow, okay. But you're also supporting an anti-poverty charity, grassroots venues as well, right?
Yeah, we're trying to raise awareness of the fact that, say, when we started out, there were plenty of places we could play. There were lots of pubs. In fact, we cut our teeth playing local pubs and really learned how to deal with an audience, how to play, and it's just a repetition of doing it. And sadly, there's not enough cash for venues. They're not making enough money. And I think that if we can... we're going to be giving a £1 a ticket towards the Music Venue Trust, and also just raise awareness for the fact that we're losing these places. And once you lose them, it's hard to get them back.
It really is. And if you think about all the venues that have been and gone, and the availability of live music and the regularity of live music, these days you've really got to scroll. Check local press for details to find acts in small pubs and bars and dare I say clubs.
Absolutely. I did a tour by myself like 30 years ago, and I've got a poster of it. And it's a month and a bit tour. And out of the 30 venues, there's only, I think, 6 of them that are still open. That's an amazing thing, isn't it? Some really great places have been lost.
God, blimey. We've got some listener questions on the voice note. This first one is from Carol.
Hi, it's Carol here from Birmingham. Vernon was talking about mixtapes this morning on his radio programme. And what I wanted to know was, what would be the first song that you'd have on your mixtape?
I think Get Lucky. I love that song.
The Pharrell Get Lucky.
Yeah.
With Daft Punk.
Yeah. I love Pharrell Williams, and I loved him since I first heard him in the Neptunes, and it was just like, oh my God, he's such a talent.
Yeah, he takes influence from everywhere.
Yeah,
so good. Nice. This one is from Gemma.
Me and my brother Tim have been fans for many, many years. Can't wait to see you again this year. Just wondered about your lyrics for Up the Junction, which is one of the best song lyrics you could ever hear. Wondered who it was based upon.
Well, it wasn't based upon anybody. It was just stroked from the imagination, really. I think some of the best songs that you write when you go through life come out of nowhere, really. They're like gifts, and you're not quite sure what the story is, where they come from, and then eventually they kind of do take shape, and you become to own them a future time. And I'm so pleased that you love that song.
I love the fact that the majority, I'd say 90% of the musicians that we talk to on this radio show talk about catching songs.
Catching songs, yeah. I think it's true. Sometimes, you'd be sitting in a chair looking out a window for hours, and it's a bit like fishing. You sit there, and then eventually a fish comes along, and you think, oh, that's pretty good, and off you go.
It must be quite a moment.
It's a great moment. Yeah, I mean, that's what we do.
It's definitely like a muscle, though. I mean, when we did Trixies, we recorded another album of new songs, and the first song that I managed to write for one of Chris's lyrics took me 2 months, and it was really hard work. It was horrible. It was great to get there in the end. By the end of the time, we wrote 2 songs in 10 minutes, and they were really good. That's when you get that sort of flow going, and it's you can't maintain that. And I shut it down when we stopped working, so you can just listen to music and enjoy it and not analyse it.
That's really interesting because I'm going to revert back to when Mumford and Son, Mumford and Sons were in here, and Marcus was saying that after their initial success, they took a break and he bumped into a certain Noel Gallagher. And Noel Gallagher, I can't repeat the language that he used, but he told him off because he'd stopped writing songs. And Noel said, you should never stop writing songs because the muscles disappear, which is exactly what you've just said.
It's true. I think that does happen, but I think you replenish yourself with what you hear and what excites you. And then you just have to start again. It's like getting fat and losing weight.
Love to be able to have that gift, that talent of opening up the receptors and just letting the songs come in. Do you know what I mean? But I think mine would be thrash metal, if I'm honest. We've got a question now from Ella Eyre, who was here yesterday. This is her question to you.
Hi, Squeeze. It's Ella Eyre. And my question for you is, what is the one song that you wish that you wrote that you didn't?
I'm a big fan of the old standards, and I think a song called "The Way You Look Tonight" is just so beautifully expressed. It's really minimal, it's not over the top, and it has a fantastic tune.
Yeah, Chris?
Twist and Shout.
Oh.
Yeah, I could never have written anything like that, but imagine if I had written that, it would have been incredible, wouldn't it? Imagine the PRS from that song.
I was just going to say, I don't think you'd be in Murder Vale right now.
Oh, no, I would. I'd be living around that corner. with Paul.
Yeah. Lovely stuff. Hey, speaking of Paul, we've come to your cover version. What are you doing and why, please?
We're doing Junior's Farm, which was perhaps not one of the best known Wings singles, but we covered it when it came out. We had, in 1974, we had 2 gigs, and at one of them we learnt Junior's Farm and played it. And so it sort of ties in nicely with Trixie's, and it ties in with what was influencing us at that time. I love this song.